Hey students, welcome to the channel of Learning, and today we are going to discuss few questions, important questions from the chapter Reproduction in Organisms. So these are a few important questions which I have taken out for all of you. Uh, so let's begin. Now, children, the first question, as you see, was a part from CBSE 2017. As you see, the question is banana crop is produced by farmers without sowing of seeds. Explain how the plant is propagated. Now, children, you must have seen when you eat a banana, have you ever seen seeds inside banana? Of course, we do not see any kind of seed that is present inside the banana. So it's a seedless fruit. You can also say it's a parthenocarpic fruit, which is also a term for seedless fruit. So if there are no seeds, how are the farmers propagating banana, or how are these being produced? So banana crop is a perennial plant. Perennial plants are those which can live for many years, which can be grown with the help of a rhizome. Now, what is a rhizome? It is a type of modified stem which is underground. Remember that rhizome is a modified stem which is underground, and this stem will have lot of buds, and those buds will give rise to new plants or the daughter plants. So rhizomes will give rise to bud, and the buds in turn will give rise to the daughter plant. So children, banana is a parthenocarpic fruit or seedless fruit, so it cannot reproduce by the seeds. So what the farmers do is they use a rhizome, and the buds are present on the rhizome, which will help in the propagation. Right? So this was the first question. Second question was again a part of 2017, and the same question was asked in a little bit twisted manner in the year 2014, as you see. So let's begin question number 2. The first part of the question says, how do organisms like algae and fungi shift from asexual mode of reproduction to sexual reproduction? Now, children, we know that algae and fungi basically are unicellular organisms, and unicellular organisms generally do asexual reproduction. But we have seen that under adverse conditions or under unfavorable conditions, they switch on from asexual reproduction to sexual mode of reproduction. Now, the same question was asked in 2014 in this way or this manner, as you see. Why do algae and fungi shift to sexual mode of reproduction just before the onset of adverse condition? Now, as they see that the adverse conditions are coming, they switch from sexual mode to asexual mode. Why? So, children, we know that organisms such as fungi and algae switch to sexual mode of reproduction during adverse condition because, now what is the reason? Asexual mode of reproduction produces large number of population. Asexual mode of reproduction produces large population, and this much of population or this large population will not be able to survive under the lack of resources, because we told that the conditions are adverse, right? Now, because the conditions are adverse, this much big population will suffer due to the lack of resources. And the benefit of sexual reproduction is that it will bring useful changes through variations. As we know that sexual reproduction has this benefit of variations, and variations will bring useful changes. What will be the changes? The changes will help the individual to adapt in the changed conditions for survival. As I told you that conditions are adverse. Now, because the conditions are adverse, these variations will bring out certain changes, and the changes will help the animal to adapt in the adverse conditions for survival. Therefore, algae and fungi switched from asexual mode to sexual mode. Now, question number 2 had a second part. The question was, what is the juvenile phase in organism? Now, children, the period during which an organism grows, okay, the period from you can say birth or infantry, from the birth, the period of the organism grows to attain sexual maturity. That time period is called juvenile phase. That means exactly after juvenile phase, the reproductive phase will start, because the organism is now sexually mature. Now let's see question number 3. Question number 3 is, coconut is monoecious, which while the date palm is dioecious. Why are they so called? Now, to answer this question, first we will understand what is monoecious and what is dioecious. So, children, monoecious are those which have both male and female parts on the same plant. Okay, monoecious means they are having both male and female parts on the same plant, but in dioecious, the male part is on a separate plant and the female part is on a separate plant. So, now to answer this question, date palm is said to be dioecious because male and female flowers are borne on separate plants. So, because of that, date palm is dioecious. Okay, or you can say unisexual. Date palm is unisexual or it is dioecious. Whereas coconut is monoecious or bisexual. Coconut is monoecious or bisexual because male and female flowers are borne on the same plant. So I hope this question is also clear. Next is question number 4. Name any 2 organisms and the phenomenon involved where female gamete undergoes development to form a new organism without fertilization. Now, children, the name of the process is parthenogenesis. We have done this in my previous video. Parthenogenesis helps the development of new organism without fertilization. So, let me tell you, the female gamete will give rise to a new organism without fertilization. Examples are lizards, honeybee, etc. Now, they asked you in the question to give 2 organisms. Name any 2 organisms. So, we have done, and they also asked you name the phenomenon. So, we have done that. We have given the name of 2 organisms and we have also named the process, that is parthenogenesis. Now, to explain it, we will use the example of honeybee. In case of honeybee, the male or the drones, they are haploid. I should write here N. So they have 16 chromosomes, and the females and the queen, the female, that means the worker bees and the queen, they have 32 chromosomes because they are diploid. And because of parthenogenesis, you see, the fertilized diploid egg, okay, the fertilized, now this egg has been fertilized by a drone who gave its sperm. So the egg is fertilized, so this will give rise to a female. Okay, this will give rise to a female. So diploid will give rise to a diploid organism. But if unfertilized haploid egg will give rise to male or drones. So N will give rise to N. So I hope this is also now clear. Last question is differentiate between annual and biennial plants. It's an easy question but generally asked. So, as the name suggests, annual means they will complete their life cycle in 1 year, and biennial they will complete their life cycle in 2 years. Now, because this plant has only 1 year for as their lifetime or lifespan, so both the vegetative and the reproductive phases will be occurring in one same year. But here, first year will be the vegetative phase, followed by the reproductive phase of the plant. The maintenance of these plants is less, of course, because only 1 year they are surviving for 1 year, so the maintenance cost will be less. But here they take more time and so high maintenance. Examples here are cereals, legumes, chana वगैरह जो आप खाते हो, and here the examples are poppy, grasses, etc. So children, I hope these questions will help you to clear down your doubts. I hope your doubts are now cleared, and I'll share many more questions further. Okay, thank